Hello all, welcome to the channel, a new channel. Generation X, where does the term come from and why am I suddenly labelled with it? First appears in 1950, 52-ish, in a photographic essay book. And then 1991, Douglas Copeland coins the phrase in a book he wrote. And Billy Idol in 1976, Billy Idol with a rebel yell, he had a band called Generation X. But now it suddenly appears in the modern lexicon, it's out there. And it kind of jumped out and bet me. And this is what this video is about, really, this one. And essentially, I'll spell out at the end what I'm hoping to achieve on my channel. It appeared to me recently, I think in the last 6 months, there was this wonderfully funny lady, and maybe it was YouTube or TikTok, I can't remember. It must be TikTok. Somebody posts some middle 20-odd-year-old saying, what has Gen X done for us? Why is Gen X important? Paraphrasing. And she responds in this stitch, I suspect. She just goes on a tirade. And it's funny. And it's really funny. And it's clever. And it's got everything in it you want in like 2-3 minutes to thoroughly entertain you. And I liked it. And I laughed. And I was like, yeah, I'm Generation X. And then I realized, Jesus, why would I want to be Generation X? And that's what I'm going to ask. Why would I be either proud or not proud to be Generation X? What in my life story identifies me as something of a different generation? What is my story? And that's what this is going to be about. But the first thing I want to do is a little lightheartedness, just a couple of minutes. And it's 1978, the Christmas of 1978. I was 13. I was born I was born on a Tuesday in April 65. And then in 1979, it was Good Friday for my birthday. And then in 1990, Good Friday, Easter will fall my birthday. Then I'll be dead when the next one is. So twice in my life, it's been Easter, Good Friday on my birthday. So I was consider myself to be privileged. But yes, 1978 Christmas. Now, my family makeup, I'm one of 7. So I've got 3 older brothers, an older sister, and there's me and a couple of younger, brother and sister. And that year, my older brothers and sister must have all clubbed together and said to my parents, here, let's buy this big family present. And it was an Atari game console. Ta-da! You imagine? I mean, in 1977, I think my eldest brother had brought home a Betamax cassette player. And we had loads of movies in a box, like Superman, and it was just phenomenal. So we were already colour TV and a Betamax tape player. Come on. We were like the new kids on the block. So in 78, we get this Atari game system. And my house became suddenly like a small extra of Lord of the Flies. Great movie, by the way. A great BBC play if you can find it. Anyway, and a great book. So we get this Atari, it's £169, I've looked it up, £169 and £15 for the cartridge and other bits. So in all, it was like about £200 was spent on one present. I don't think my family had ever spent £200 on anything. And that's no disrespect at Christmas. Christmas was a celebration in the house, but we all got a presents, and don't get me wrong, but like a £200 present? Jesus. So I'm Generation X, and I'm supposed to be out there. I'm the latchkey kid. I've climbed mountains, crawled through broken glass. I've dug tunnels, invented the space-time continuum, and I don't need the internet because my life was brought up without out there being in the real world. Yeah, a lot of that's true. But when I got this Atari, if the Atari had come on the internet and the internet had been available in my house, you can guarantee yourself, as a 13-year-old boy, I wouldn't have given a flying monkey's F about who was coming to play out. I would have been stuck on that Atari. I would have been immersed in it, in my internet bedroom, along with massive amounts of violence and a massive amount of Frankie Vaughan. So do I really differ from today's 13-year-old? They've got access, I didn't. That's it. Technologically, they've got access. All the other stuff about whether or not it's a cesspit, yes, you can argue that, but that's not what I'm saying is, if I, as a 13-year-old today, I'd be accessing everything they're accessing What would my parents have done about it with 7 of us? I don't know. But she goes and she tells you all the things that us Gen X are responsible for, and how don't come to us for a problem unless you want a solution. I'm not sure. I think back to when I was 13. You go out and you play. You're forced to play out. It wasn't voluntary, trust me, guys. But I think she says that. It's not a critique of her. I think it was amazing what she did. It was so funny. But in my life, 13, forced to go out and play. Sometimes it was voluntary. Sometimes I couldn't wait to get out. You know, Saturday morning we used to go to this place in my hometown called Derby Street Baths. I think you paid like 10 pence to go in, and you got swimming for like, maybe it was an hour, maybe it was less, but it was, let's say, an hour. And you all got coloured bands, which dictated your colour band was when you went in and your colour band was when you came out. So we'd all work out. Some would go in before us and they'd swap bands with us on the way out and say they were leaving early, and they had, you know, ways to rig the system, and we'd hide and we'd put the bands on our ankles, put them down our shorts, do anything to get the extra 20 minutes to look like a prune. And then we'd come out of there and then we'd have to walk home because we had no money. So it was about a 4-mile walk home, no matter what the weather, miserable. Try and jump on the bus. As my phone worked, oh God. But in 1978, 13, it was peak violence, genuinely. If I went out to play and we bridged onto another estate nearby, or we did it deliberately, or the school around the corner decided it was going to have a mass extinction event between 2 groups of 13-year-olds, they happened. It wasn't fun and it wasn't nice. The only reason why we didn't have any real violence is because we didn't have guns. I'm not too sure if we'd had guns at 13, we wouldn't have been giving off real problems. We were as unruly, criminal, uncontrolled as any 13-year-olds today, I suspect. And I've got some evidence for that later on because of what I've been involved in my working life for the last 25 years. I suspect there was a naivety and a charm to some of the way we operated in the world. Were we more respectful? Yeah, I would say we were. Were we less violent? No. Were we less criminal? I knew lads that went to prison. I knew friends of mine, I'll talk about it later on, who committed serious crimes as Gen Xers. Are we immune to being ripped to pieces for things we didn't do? Yeah. But I just wanted to put it out there that my life as a Gen X is a whole story of good, bad, indifferent. And like that TV show said, some of the names have been changed to protect the innocent. I can't change my name, and I'm certainly not innocent. So join me on the journey. See you in the next one. This is episode 1. Till next time, guys. Take care.